Hey everyone, and welcome back for another deep dive.
Always exciting to be back.
So today we're going to be talking about
Lemon Tree Hotels.
Lemon Tree Hotels.
Yes.
In India.
Yeah, one of the largest hotel chains in India.
Just released their Q2 FY25 results.
Yes, they did.
We're going to be talking all about that.
It's exciting. It is really exciting.
The Indian hospitality industry as a whole is seeing a ton of growth right now.
Yeah, so let's jump right into that.
Okay.
Can you just kind of paint me a picture of what this growth in the Indian hospitality industry looks like?
Yeah, sure. So basically, like we're talking about, a growing middle class.
Okay.
More and more people have disposable income now.
Makes sense.
And they're increasingly looking for experiences.
Yeah.
They want to spend their money on travel, on leisure.
Okay.
And branded hotel rooms are a big part of that.
So you're saying it's not just about like a place to sleep.
No. It's about the whole experience.
It's about the experience.
Exactly.
And this is what's really interesting. Projections actually show that the demand for hotels in India is going to grow even faster than the supply over the next few years.
Interesting.
Yeah.
So that creates a really great opportunity.
Huge opportunity for hotels.
For hotel chains, especially ones that are already
established.
Yeah, well established.
Yeah.
Okay, well, and Lemon Tree is definitely that.
Oh, for sure.
They're a large player.
Yeah.
And they're not just doing one thing. They have a pretty diverse business model.
They do.
Can you explain that a little bit?
Yeah, so they own hotels, they lease hotels, they operate hotels, and they franchise hotels.
Oh, so they're doing it all.
Yeah, it gives them a lot of flexibility.
Right, because they're not putting all their eggs in one basket.
Exactly.
Okay.
So they're catering to a lot of different segments of the market.
Yeah. And they do this with a variety of brands.
Yes.
So could you break those down a little bit for me?
Yeah, so for like the luxury traveler,
Okay.
you've got Aurika Hotels and Resorts.
Okay, upscale.
Upscale.
Got it.
Then there's Lemon Tree Premier, which is more upper mid-scale.
Right.
Think modern, comfortable with all the amenities.
Okay.
Then you've got the core brand,
Okay.
Lemon Tree Hotels, which
Oh,
is mid-scale reliable.
More affordable.
More affordable, exactly. Value for money.
Okay.
But then they also have Red Fox Hotels
Okay.
for the budget-conscious traveler.
Got it.
And then there's Keys, Prima Keys Select, and Keys Light.
So many brands.
Yeah, they
We really have a brand
They
for
got it all.
everyone.
They've segmented the market really well.
Yeah, they've clearly done a lot of research into the Indian traveler and
A lot of expertise in the space.
what they're looking for. Okay, so their Q2 FY25 performance.
Yes,
The report had some pretty impressive numbers in it.
it did.
Can you kind of hit those highlights for me?
Yeah, so they reported a 24% year-over-year revenue growth.
Wow.
Yeah,
24%.
a 25% jump in net EBITDA
Okay.
and a net EBITDA margin of 46.1%, which is up 53 basis points from the previous year.
That's fantastic.
Yeah.
So what drove those big numbers?
So one of the key factors was their pricing strategy.
Okay.
They were able to command higher prices,
Okay.
even though occupancy was down slightly year-over-year at 68.4%.
Got it.
Their average room rate saw a healthy increase
Okay.
of 12% to reach 5,902 rupees.
Okay. So even with slightly fewer guests,
Yeah.
they managed to make more money.
Yeah, exactly. They were charging more per room.
Smart.
So that led to higher revenue overall,
Okay.
which is great business.
Yeah.
And this resulted in a 7% year-over-year growth in RevPay,
Okay.
which stands for revenue per available room,
Got it.
reaching 4,035 rupees,
Okay.
which is a key metric in the industry.
But yeah, because that combines occupancy and pricing.
Exactly.
Okay. So they're doing well on pricing.
They are.
But we've got to talk about the renovation expenses.
Yes, those are a factor.
They did have an impact on the financials this quarter.
They did.
Right.
Yeah, they can get pricey,
Yeah.
those upgrades.
Of course.
They did have some impact on the EBITDA margin.
Okay.
These renovations are really an investment in the future.
Right. It's like when you're, renovating your house,
Exactly.
you're spending money up front, but
It's for the long term.
yeah, it's going to create a better experience later.
Right.
Yeah.
And it seems to be paying off
Like,
because one of the bright spots in their financials was the impressive growth in management fees
Okay.
from those hotels owned by third parties
Right.
and from Fleur Hotels,
Okay.
which saw a significant 32% year-on-year increase.
So they're not just managing their own properties well,
Yeah.
they're also providing services
Yeah.
to other hotel owners successfully.
Sharing their know-how.
Yeah.
Helping others thrive,
Yeah.
which is a testament to their capabilities.
Absolutely. Okay, so strong performance, diverse brands, growing network.
Yeah.
But who is leading this charge?
So the key figure here is the chairman and managing director, Patanjali Keswani. Okay.
He's been instrumental in the company's success,
Okay.
and he has a very positive outlook on the future.
Okay. And is this optimism
Yes.
backed by action?
Oh, absolutely.
Okay.
They've been actively working to reduce their debt,
Okay.
which has decreased by 90 crore rupees compared to last year,
Wow.
which shows they're managing their finances responsibly.
That's great.
Yeah, they're reducing their financial risk.
Okay.
They're also focusing on increasing their cash profit,
Okay.
which is a clear indicator of their commitment to financial health.
So it's not just about growth.
No.
It's about sustainable growth.
Sustainable growth, exactly.
Okay.
Making sure those expansion plans are aligned with their capabilities.
They're not going to get ahead of themselves.
Exactly.
Okay, so things are looking really good for Lemon Tree,
Yeah.
but they're not just sitting back and relaxing, are they?
No, they're not.
What are their plans for the future?
So they have some really ambitious expansion plans in motion.
So just imagine a map of India dotted with even more Lemon Tree properties.
I love that visual.
Yeah.
Okay.
So they signed 19 new management and franchise contracts,
Right.
which will add 1,373 rooms to their pipeline.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
Okay.
And they also opened 5 new hotels during Q2,
Okay.
adding another 193 rooms to their portfolio.
Wow, so they're not just planning.
No.
They're actually opening.
They're doing it.
Yeah. Okay.
But with all of this expansion, are they thinking about quality and sustainability?
That's a great question.
Yeah.
And that's something that sets Lemon Tree apart.
Okay.
They're deeply committed to sustainability.
Okay.
In fact, they've set a target of having 100% certified green buildings by FY26.
Wow. 100%.
100%.
That's a big goal.
It is a bold goal.
Okay.
And this dedication to ESG initiatives
Yeah.
is a key differentiator for them.
Absolutely.
They're not just building hotels, they're building a sustainable future.
Yeah. Which is something that I think a lot of travelers are looking for these days.
Oh, for sure. Okay, well,
It's a good thing.
let's be realistic.
Yeah.
The hospitality industry isn't without its challenges.
No, it's not.
So what are some of those headwinds?
So one of the inherent risks in this industry
Yeah.
is its cyclical nature.
Okay.
Economic downturns can have a big impact on travel and leisure spending,
Yeah, of course.
which leads to lower occupancy rates and reduced revenue
Yeah.
for hotels.
So recession could really throw a wrench in their plans.
It could.
Yeah.
But that's why it's so crucial for them to have that strong financial foundation
Right.
and that flexible business model.
Which it sounds like they're working on.
Yes, they are.
Okay, but what about like
What about?
the changing landscape of travel?
Yeah,
Like,
how people travel.
yeah, we've seen things like Airbnb,
Right.
alternative accommodations coming up.
Yes.
How is Lemon Tree responding to that?
So they're definitely acknowledging this shift.
Okay.
And they're adapting. They're
Yeah.
focusing on what they do best, which is providing that consistent, high-quality hotel experience
Yeah.
that caters to different traveler needs.
Right.
They're also leveraging technology to enhance that guest experience, like,
Right.
seamless online booking, personalized services.
Okay.
Those little touches that make it memorable.
Yeah. So it's like they're saying we can give you the
Yeah.
reliability and the comfort of a hotel,
Yes.
but also those personal touches.
Exactly.
Okay.
Yeah. Well, and we can't forget about competition because the Indian hospitality market is getting pretty crowded.
Yeah, that's true.
Lots of players.
So how is Lemon Tree differentiating itself?
So they're leveraging their multi-brand strategy
Okay.
to appeal to all those different segments.
Right.
They're focusing on that mid-market segment
Okay.
where they have a strong foothold.
Yeah.
And they're doubling down on their commitment to sustainability
Okay.
and building on that strong brand recognition and loyal customer base.
So they're facing these challenges head on with a clear strategy.
Yeah, they seem to know what they're doing.
Okay.
Yeah.
So it sounds like we've got a pretty good overview
Yeah,
of Lemon Tree's position
I think so.
and their strategy.
Yes.
But to get a really in-depth understanding,
Yes.
I need to take a look at
At the financial.
the financials.
Deeper.
Yeah, let's dissect that profit and loss statement,
Yes.
balance sheet cash flow statement,
Let's do it.
all the ratios, all the numbers.
Time to put on our financial analyst hats.
Stay with us
Yes.
as we dive into those numbers.
Absolutely.
We'll see what they reveal.
All right. All right. So we're back and ready to really dig into Lemon Tree's financials.
Yes, let's get those financial analyst hats on.
All right. So first up, let's take a look at their profit and loss statement.
Okay, the P&L.
Exactly. This gives us a picture of how they performed financially over a specific period.
In this case, Q2 of FY25.
That's right.
Okay, so what are some of the things that jump out at you when you look at their P&L?
Well, one of the first things is their diversified revenue streams.
Okay, tell me more about that.
So, of course, they make a lot of money from room bookings,
Makes sense.
but they're not solely reliant on that.
Okay.
They also have significant income coming from management fees
Okay.
and franchise fees.
From those third-party owned hotels
Exactly.
and Fleur hotels.
Yes.
Okay, so this diversification,
Is a key strength.
yeah. Why is that?
Well, think of it like having multiple sources of income.
Right.
If one avenue slows down,
Yeah.
they have others to rely on.
Okay.
It makes them more resilient.
Yeah, like a safety net
Exactly.
for the business.
Yeah,
Okay. Well, the P&L only tells one part of the story.
that's true.
What about the balance sheet?
So the balance sheet is like a financial health checkup.
Okay.
It gives us a snapshot of their assets, their liabilities, and shareholder equity.
At a specific point in time.
Yeah.
So it's what they own,
Yeah.
what they owe,
Right.
and what's left over for the owners.
What's that?
Okay. And when we look at Lemon Tree's balance sheet, what are some of the key takeaways?
Well, one thing that stands out is their decreasing debt.
Okay, good.
It's actually decreased by 90 crore rupees
Wow.
compared to last year,
Okay, so that's,
which is a positive sign.
yeah,
They're managing their finances well
yeah.
and reducing their reliance on borrowed money.
Okay, so that's a step towards financial stability.
It is.
Okay, well, what about their assets? Are they investing for future growth?
Oh, absolutely.
Okay.
They have a significant portion of their assets tied up in property, plant, and equipment,
Okay.
which reflects their ongoing investment in, building and expanding,
Okay.
upgrading their hotels.
So they're putting their money where their mouth is.
Yes, they are.
Okay, well, we've looked at the P&L.
Yes.
We've looked at the balance sheet.
Yes.
What about the cash flow statement? Why is that so important?
So the cash flow statement tracks the movement of cash
Okay.
in and out of the company.
All right.
It shows us where the money is coming from and where it's going.
So it helps us understand their liquidity,
Precisely.
like their ability to pay their bills and invest.
Exactly.
Okay. And analyzing the cash flow statement can tell us a lot about their efficiency.
Yeah, their operational efficiency and their ability to generate cash from their core business activities.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, you talked earlier about how to really get a grasp on the company's financial health. We need to go beyond just the raw numbers.
Yes,
And look at some key financial ratios.
absolutely.
So can you break down a couple of the most important ones for us?
Yeah, so one crucial ratio is the debt-to-equity ratio.
Okay.
This
and-
basically measures the company's financial leverage.
So how much debt are they using?
Yeah, how much debt they're using to finance their assets compared to shareholder equity.
Okay, so like a higher debt to equity ratio means they're relying a lot on borrowing.
Right, which can be risky.
Okay.
So generally, a lower ratio is considered healthier.
Okay.
It indicates lower risk.
And where does Lemon Tree fall?
So in Lemon Tree's case, their debt-to-equity ratio has actually improved. It decreased from 1.35 last year to 1.14 this year.
Wow, so they're relying less on debt.
They are,
Oh, yeah.
and moving towards a stronger financial position.
Okay, that's great. What other ratios should we be paying attention to?
So another important one is the net EBITDA margin.
Okay, and remind me what EBITDA is.
So EBITDA stands for earnings before interest, taxes, depreciation, and amortization.
Mhm.
And this margin basically tells us about the company's profitability,
Okay.
shows us the percentage of their revenue that translates into earnings after covering those operating expenses.
Got it. So a higher margin.
Means better operational efficiency.
Okay.
And Lemon Tree's net EBITDA margin is currently sitting at 46.1%,
Okay.
which is actually quite healthy.
Yeah, especially considering those renovation expenses
Right.
that they had.
If we excluded those, their margin would have been even higher at 48.9%.
Wow. Okay.
So they're managing their costs effectively.
Yeah. Even while investing in those upgrades.
Exactly.
Okay, so we've got a good debt to equity ratio.
Yes.
Strong net EBITDA margin.
Yep.
Any other ratios we should have on our radar?
So their average cost of borrowing has also decreased
Okay.
by 16 basis points to 8.68%.
So that means they're getting more favorable interest rates on their loans.
Exactly.
Okay.
Which can save them a lot of money over time.
Yeah, that's a great point. Lower borrowing costs can really make a difference.
They can.
Okay, so taking all of these financial indicators into account, it sounds like Lemon Tree is in a pretty solid position overall.
They are. They've got strong revenue growth, decreasing debt, healthy margins,
Yeah.
and they're getting loans at more favorable rates.
It sounds like they're really setting themselves up for success.
They seem to be.
Okay, but of course, no business operates in a vacuum.
That's very true.
So in the next segment,
Yes.
let's delve into some of those potential risks,
Yes.
headwinds
The challenges.
that Lemon Tree might face.
Absolutely.
Stay tuned as we explore the other side of the coin, the potential challenges and uncertainties that lie ahead. Okay, so we're back for the final part of our deep dive into Lemon Tree Hotels.
Time to wrap things up.
Yeah, we've talked about a lot of great things.
Yes, impressive financials.
Ambitious growth plans.
Definitely.
But as with any journey, there are bound to be some bumps in the road.
That's true.
So let's talk about some of those potential challenges.
Right.
What are some of the biggest things facing Lemon Tree and the industry as a whole?
Well, as we mentioned before, the hospitality industry is very cyclical.
Right.
It's really sensitive to those economic fluctuations.
Yeah, when the economy takes a downturn.
Yeah, travel and leisure spending often follows suit.
Yeah, people don't
People cut back.
want to spend money.
Exactly. And that leads to lower occupancy rates.
Right.
And of course, that impacts revenue for hotels.
So a recession could really hurt their business.
It could, but remember, they're working on strengthening their financial foundation
All right.
to be more prepared for those tough times.
Yeah, the reducing debt, focusing on cash flow,
Exactly.
which could provide a cushion during a downturn.
Exactly.
Okay, well, that's good. But what about changing traveler preferences?
Oh, that's a big one.
Yeah.
We're seeing the rise of all these alternative accommodations,
Yeah.
like Airbnb.
Right?
So how is Lemon Tree responding to that shift? Well, they're acknowledging it,
Okay.
and they're adapting.
Okay.
So they're focusing on what they do really well,
Okay.
providing that consistent, high-quality hotel experience
Yeah.
that caters to a variety of travelers
Okay.
through their different brands.
Right. So they're saying we might not be Airbnb,
Right.
but we can offer you
This is what we do best.
the reliability,
Yeah.
the comfort.
Exactly.
Right.
And they're also using technology to
Okay.
make that experience even better.
Okay.
Think seamless online booking,
Okay.
personalized services,
Yeah.
those little touches that make a stay memorable.
Right. So they're trying to combine like the best of both worlds.
Yes.
The hotel experience
Yeah, the reliability and the comfort.
with those personal touches
Exactly.
that people like from Airbnb.
Yeah.
Okay, well, let's not forget about the competition.
Oh, yes. The Indian hospitality market is getting crowded.
Yeah, that's true.
Lots of players.
So how is Lemon Tree differentiating itself in this crowded market?
So they're using their multi-brand strategy
Okay.
to appeal to lots of different segments.
Right. Budget travelers to luxury travelers.
Exactly.
You've got it all.
They do, and they're focusing on that mid-market segment
Okay.
where they already have a strong foothold,
Right.
and they're really emphasizing their commitment to sustainability
Yeah.
and building on their brand recognition and loyal customer base.
So they're really trying to stand out.
They are.
Okay, well, we've talked about some broader challenges.
Yes.
But there's one risk that's kind of specific to Lemon Tree right now.
Okay.
Those renovations.
Yes. The upgrades are important,
Right.
but they come at a cost.
Yeah. Could those renovation expenses affect their profitability?
Potentially in the short term.
Oh,
We saw this quarter how those costs impacted their margins.
right.
But it's really important to remember that these are strategic investments.
Yeah.
They're trying to improve those properties,
Okay.
attract travelers who are willing to pay more for those upgrades.
So it's a bit of short-term pain for long-term gain.
Exactly.
Okay.
They're playing the long game here.
They're not just thinking about the next quarter.
No,
They're thinking about the next decade.
that's a great way to put it.
Okay. Well, we can't talk about Lemon Tree without mentioning Mr. Patanjali Keswani.
The captain of the ship.
Yeah. What is his vision for the future of the company?
Well, he's very optimistic about the future of both Lemon Tree
Yeah.
and the industry as a whole.
Yeah.
He really believes that demand will continue to outpace supply,
Okay.
which puts them in a good position
Right.
for growth.
Okay.
And their expansion plans really reflect that confidence.
Yeah, for sure.
Their strategy is all about capturing those higher prices. As they make those improvements and really solidify their position as that go-to brand in the mid-market segment.
Yeah, they're not trying to be everything to everyone.
Yeah.
They're focusing on what they do well.
Exactly.
Right.
And they're also really committed to sustainable growth.
Yeah.
They believe that focusing on those ESG initiatives will attract new customers
Okay.
and strengthen their brand.
So they're not just focused on profit.
No, they're thinking about their impact
Right.
on the world.
Okay, well, it sounds like we've covered a lot of ground today.
We have
We've really gotten a good look at Lemon Tree,
a deep dive.
their impressive performance, their ambitious growth plans, and the potential challenges.
Yes, we've seen how their strategic decisions are positioning them for success.
Absolutely. But of course, the future's never certain.
That's true. There will be twists and turns along the way.
Exactly. But hopefully this deep dive has given you the knowledge to follow their journey.
And see how it unfolds.
Yeah. And as we wrap up, here's a question for you to think about. How do you think Lemon Tree's focus on sustainability and social impact will affect their brand perception and their future success?
Something to ponder?
Yeah. And if you're interested in learning more about Lemon Tree,
Check out their website.
yeah, you can find more information about their brand portfolio, their vision for the future.
Definitely.
Well, thanks for joining us on this deep dive into Lemon Tree Hotels.
It's been a pleasure.
We'll be back soon with another fascinating look at a different corner of the business world.